An ant can easily lift 50 times its own weight, so if it were the size of a human, it could easily lift 4 tons. You often hear these types of comparisons. Another popular version is about fleas being able to jump 100 times their own height. 1.80 meters is considered equivalent to a human jumping 180 meters. Another famous example is about fleas being able to pull 160,000 times their weight. Therefore, it is said that this is equivalent to a person weighing 80 kilograms being able to pull 12,800 tons. Technically, this is true, but unfortunately, nature does not work this much. Enlarging or decreasing the dimensions does not follow the correct proportion. The evolution of many systems is determined by the size of the organism. These dimensions are limited by the changes that the organism undergoes as it adapts to its environment. Therefore, we cannot assume that an ant can grow to human size and live exactly as we wish, with all its features. Because the fact that an ant can lift 50 times its own weight is related to the ant's size. You cannot make the correct proportions by adapting this to our dimensions. The first person to reveal this fact most clearly was the world-famous evolutionary biologist Haldane. Haldane is a brilliant genius who is of tremendous importance for the history of science. The article in question sheds light on the 21st century. So much so that world-famous physicist Richard Feynman made numerous references to this great evolutionary biologist when describing micro-electromechanical systems before there was even a trace of nanotechnology. If you triple the size of living things, such as width, length, and height, their volume suddenly increases by 27 times. But the surface area only increases 9 times. Almost every living thing nourishes the organs, tissues, and structures that make up its volume with the nutrients and oxygen it receives from its surface area. As dimensions increase, the increase in volume becomes much greater than the increase in surface area. Because the volume of a structure increases with the third power of a given characteristic length, its surface area increases only with the second power. This means that the object becomes so large that it cannot support its own volume in a short time. Therefore, if an ant were to be enlarged to the size of a human, and all its features were kept as they are, it would not be possible for it to feed this volume and therefore use its muscles in the same way. Therefore, a human-sized ant simply dies before it has time to lift anything. If it is an ant that has evolved enough to reach those dimensions, it is no longer an ant. It will be a completely different species.